Here we go, new episode live. Thank you so much for chiming in. Excited to have you guys here. This topic about door-to-door scripts and the psychology behind door-to-door scripts as a realtor has actually come up quite a bit. A lot of you have reached out through YouTube, you've called me, you've texted me. I've had real estate clients ask this question. What's the order of the questions that we should be asking? And then what's the psychology behind why we're asking those things? So today we're gonna cover all of that. If you're new to my channel, grab a notepad, grab a pen. I want you to fill this up with door-to-door scripts and be able to leave understanding why is it that we're asking certain questions, and then go and crush it and blow up your business going door to door. There's a lot of psychology in today's episode. There's a lot of understanding human behavior. There's a lot of sociology happening, but there's also going to be structured scripts that you can go take today and go get a couple listings going door to door. A lot of you have actually called us and said, hey, we've watched your YouTube videos, we applied it, and now we've sold quite a bit of business going door to door. That's awesome. That's why we do these things. So keep the suggestions coming. For all those that suggested today's topic, this one's for you and everybody else. Okay, whether you are a brand new realtor, a seasoned vet, or a Jedi, and you're doing a lot of real estate transactions, and you're curious about, if I go door to door, what should I say? Today we're gonna cover all of that. So get ready, grab your notepad and your pen. Before we dive into that, if you've been watching my channel, you know that we prioritize education and the application of knowledge as the highest priority, because that's your only competitive advantage in this industry. So every month we have a book that we read as a group. If you're not part of our coaching program or on the EXP team, that's okay. Go grab this copy. And if you learn something interesting, post it on your story on social media, on Instagram, tag us. And if you do that at least 10 times and you do it the most, we'll go ahead and send you a free copy the following month. This month, we're going over Give and Take by Adam Grant. Incredible book about leadership and understanding how to be a giver, not a taker, so you can better serve your clients. Check this one out. Follow us along. You're not gonna wanna miss this one. Dwayne Richens and I, my business partner, are creating one of the largest, most comprehensive sales and real estate manual, so we can take newcomers, seasoned vets, or ninjas, and you can come learn sales practices, sales skills, mindset training, listing presentation process, buyer consultations, and it's all inclusive in one place. So hang tight. This is going to change the industry. We're super excited to bring this to you here sooner than you think. Okay, let's dive into this. Grab your notepad, grab a piece of paper. So when you go to learn this principle, if you're anything like me, you might be a visual learner. So let's get super fancy here. Take out a notepad, and I want you to draw two stick figures looking at each other. And the one on the left, you're gonna label the agent, and the one on the right, you're gonna label customer. So hopefully you're a little bit better at this than I am, but this is what it should look like, okay? Super fancy, I know. Let's look at the conversation on the door from the agent perspective. There's a certain flow of questions that you want to ask the customer so you can better understand their motivation. Is this client worth my time? And do they have any referrals that I can get out of them while I'm here going through this conversation? Your biggest issue going door to door as a realtor, or in general, is going to be to understand to value your time. You can't waste 20 minutes here, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes here. That's an hour wasted. You have to be faster and more efficient. So these questions, this script, will help you get to a place where you can figure out if that person is someone that you should talk to. If not, ask for referrals and move on. So right underneath where it says agent, we're gonna write out the questions in the script that you need to go through with every single customer. So these are the 5 questions, and then I'm gonna go through the script with you. Question number 1, did any of the neighbors tell you I was coming by today? What is the psychology behind that question? Well, let's write out the questions first, and then we'll dive into that. Question number 2, have you thought about buying, selling, or investing in real estate? Question number 3, is this your forever home? Question number 4, what's that timeline look like? Question number 5, what has to happen at that time in order for you to make a move? And the last one, if you're a part of our coaching program or if you've been watching a lot of my videos, it's called the hook. We need to figure out if they're interested or motivated, pique curiosity, and really sit back and gauge if we should move forward. So those are the 6 questions. Neighbors, buy, sell, or invest, forever home, timeline, what's important at that time, and then the hook. Now let's dive into the psychology of that. Did any of the neighbors tell you who's coming by? That question is called a pattern interrupt. When they come to the door, they're not wanting to talk to a door-to-door guy or girl. They've got work, they're with their kids, they're watching a show, they're having dinner. So you need to have a question that'll shift them off that baggage and they can now listen to you. That's the purpose of that first question. The second question, have you thought about buying, selling, or investing? This is our first gauge whether or not this person is worth our time. Have they really thought about this? On a scale of 0, not selling ever, and 10, gonna sell today, you need to figure out where they're at on the spectrum. You're shooting for people that are a 7, 8, 9, or 10. So this question right away is gonna tell you, should I stay here and go through a couple more questions with them? That's the purpose of that question. The next one, let's say they say, no, we haven't thought about it. And that'll be 99% of the responses. Now you're gonna ask, okay, is this your forever home? Most everybody is going to say no right there. Some people will say yes, and you know to pull the plug. But most people will say, not my forever home. So this question is now gonna prep you for their timeline, okay? So the next question is, great. I get the vibe that this really isn't going to be your forever home. Down the road, what does that timeline look like? Is it 3 to 6 months? Or are we talking like 25, 30 years? The reason you prep the question like that is I wanna see if they're close to now business or if they're way down the road. And you almost laugh when you say it, 25, 30 years. And you use your arms like this. What you're doing psychologically is you're stretching out time and no one's gonna be there for 30 years. If they are, they're not your customer. But then what they'll do is they'll laugh and they'll say, no, closer to 5. Now I know your timeline. And they'll just naturally tell you at that point. The next question, great, 5 years. Just curious, what's happening in 5 years? Now I'm gonna figure out their motivation and their why and what's happening. Then I'm gonna ask, okay, so in 5 years, that's happening. What else needs to be right in the market for you to make a move at that time? What I'm doing is I'm fishing for all their motivations and pain points, and then I'm gonna come back to the hook. If I could show you how to do X, Y, Z, whatever they just told you, and I could show you why it's beneficial to do sooner and also save $50,000, $60,000, would you be opposed to hearing about that? Boom, stop, draw a line right there underneath number 6, okay? A big fat line right there. That's now going to be your determining factor on whether or not you move forward or you stay in the conversation and go through more questions about the market and rates and inventory and what needs to happen financially for them to make a transition sooner. Okay, that's from the agent perspective. See on here how this is all the agent. So let me show you what this looks like. Knock, knock, knock. Hi, sorry to bug you. I'll be really quick. Did any of the neighbors tell you he's coming by? Okay, no worries. Real estate market is crazy right now. Not a lot of people to kind of know what's going to happen. Have you thought about buying, selling, or investing in real estate? Gotcha, no worries. This is a gorgeous home. Is it safe to assume that this might be your forever home? Gotcha, okay, cool. So obviously you're not thinking about moving or selling right now. Are you thinking maybe 6 or 12 months? Or is this like a 25-year home for you and your family? Okay, so in 5 years, what's happening then? And what else needs to happen in the market or in your situation for that to be perfect time? Okay, cool. So if I could show you how to get into that nicer home, make it a lot less stressful, and actually take advantage of the market right now and make $50,000, $60,000 by doing it sooner, would you be opposed to hearing about that? Boom. Now stop. If they say, well, how would you do that? I've got them hooked, right? Interest level is high, curiosity is high, and now they're gonna listen to me. If they say, no, we're good, stop. Now you know to ask for referrals and go to the next house. Okay, now let's transition from the agent perspective over to the client perspective. In sales and persuasion in real estate, it's important that you understand the mind of the other person so you can best present to their needs. So you need to understand when you go door to door what you're looking for. If I were to tell you, hey, go find a needle in a haystack, but I didn't tell you what a needle was and you had no idea what a needle was, and you probably could have already found it, but you don't know what you're looking for. So as a realtor, you need to understand the seller's perspective, what type of situations would cause them to move. And then by you asking the right questions and really kind of gauging where they're at, you can know and identify pain points in their life that are high likelihoods to make them move or transition to the next house. So what are some common situations that you're going to be hyper focused on with other people so you know whether or not they're worth you spending your time? Let's write them out. So underneath the customer, I want you to write 5 different scenarios where, according to Zillow, according to the National Association of Realtors, according to a lot of other sites, these are the reasons recently why people are moving. One is going to be job relocation. Another is area change. They just want to relocate neighborhoods or go to the other side of town. You're also looking for people that want to cash out. They got a ton of equity, pay off some debt, use it as a down payment to the next home. You're also going to look for a divorce. This is happening a ton. It's a higher reason on the chain of why people are moving. You're also going to look for upsizing and downsizing. Now, underneath this fancy list that you've made, there's 2 additional things that you're looking for as you go through these questions while you're on the door. Jeremy Miner talks about this in some of his sales training, and he mentions that there's 2 reasons why people make a consumer change. One is called current pain, and the other is fear of future pain. So what do I mean by that as a realtor? Well, the current pain is the pebble in the shoe. If I had a rock in my shoe, I'm most likely going to stop, take off my shoe, change my behavior, and take that rock out. Immediate pain. So what would that look like as a realtor? That's gonna look like, I don't like my neighborhood. I don't like my neighbor. I don't like the floor plan. It's too small. We hate this area. Current pain they're dealing with. Now, fear of future pain is going to be, I want to time the market. I want to make sure I cash out the right amount of money. I want to make sure to afford the next house. They're more afraid of that than they are of current pain. So as you're going through these questions, any neighbors tell you coming by, talk about buying, selling, or investing. Is this your forever home? What's that timeline look like? What needs to happen? And then the hook. You're also sitting back and you're really gauging their situation on those 2 things, current pain, fear of future pain. And then you're also looking for all those 5 situations. Going door to door as a realtor is no easy task. You have to be hyper locked in these conversations to not only gauge if they're worth your time, but also to figure out, is this person someone that I should spend my time with? Now, the issue you're going to run into in all of this is going to be smoke screens. I've talked about this on another YouTube video. Go watch that. I'm sure my team will link that here about smoke screens and overcoming objections. But a lot of people will say not interested. I have a realtor, and they're just throwing stuff out the gate within the first 30, 45 seconds. I have a rule of 3 when it comes to those. Ignore it, acknowledge it, and then resolve it. So if they just say around the gate, hey, I'm just not interested, totally get it, and then go right back into the pitch. So for example, if I say, hey, any neighbors tell you coming by, and they say, nah, not interested, no worries. Real estate market is crazy. Have you thought about buying, selling, or investing? Yeah, we're just not interested. Look, I totally get that you're not interested. Otherwise, you probably would have already sold and you wouldn't have answered this door. Anyways, the reason why I'm here, real estate market's crazy. Have you given this any thought? Okay, this is your forever home. Gotcha. And you go right back into the pitch. Nothing changes. So let's review. When you go door to door as a realtor, the benefit versus cold calling, social media, YouTube, or other sources is, 1, it costs you nothing to do this. So you don't have to go take out extra credit cards, pile up the debt. 2, I can actually see who's home. So I'm not blindly calling and just trying to figure out who's home. You can actually see who's home. That's called spot knocking. And then 3, you can have a deep conversation with someone, go through the questions and figure out if they're worth your time. You also, in the same time, have to be able to read their body language. Are they kind of just not interested? Are they standoffish, folding their arms? Are they yawning because they're bored? Are they really just on the edge of their seat? All of that you can pick up, and you will, the more doors you knock. So let's wrap up this episode. And then I want to talk about one more thing. What are the best scripts when going door to door? The benefit of going door to door is you're going to read body language. You need to be a good listener. You got to ask questions. You have to think of this job as public speaking, and the stage is their doorstep. So what am I going to study every day? I'm going to go look on YouTube and watch public speakers, and I'm going to really dive into that topic. I'm going to go buy all the books that have to do with public speaking. Then the questions are 5 questions, and you've written them down today. Did any of the neighbors tell you coming by? Buying, selling, or investing? Is this your forever home? What's that timeline look like? What needs to happen at that time? If I could show you how to blank, blank, blank by doing it sooner and save you $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, Would you be opposed to hearing about that? Stop right there. You have a big line. Now you know whether to progress, to stop, ask referrals, and go on to the next house. That's it, guys. And then it really comes down to you being able to listen to the other person, read their body language, and ask questions about the market. Do you think it'll go up or down in the next 6 months? Whatever their timeline is, they told me. Maybe they told me 2 years. Do you think the market will go up or down in the next 2 years? What will cause it to go up or down? What are your thoughts on rates? What do you think will happen in those 2 years? Will that make it more affordable for you? And you really just dive into the questions to be able to better understand their situation. That's me as a realtor. But you also have to understand their situation. You have to put yourself in their shoes. That's where understanding the psychology of your customer will better help you on the doors, and it'll help you understand who you should spend time with. So again, today we talked about the situation sellers are in that gives them a higher likelihood to sell. They're gonna talk to you about, no, it's not my forever home, I'm getting divorced. No, it's not my forever home, we're gonna relocate. Well, I have thought about cashing out and relocating neighborhoods. And they're gonna go through these scenarios with you. And you're gonna be watching for current pain, or you're gonna be watching for future pain. All of that is taking place right in a simple conversation on someone's doorstep. So if you're watching anyone's YouTube channel and you're seeing all these complex scripts and these cold calling scripts and they're going door to door, that is not how it's done. And there's a lot more to be unpackaged behind the scenes. The goal of today's episode, and we'll get to that extra topic here in like 30 seconds. The goal of today's episode was to really just give you an insider view of what's happening throughout the conversation. I hope you took a ton of notes and you can have confidence to now go to the doors with a solid script that is ordered properly to better position yourself to save you time and figure out if this person's worth my time. So you can go and find that needle in a haystack, because now you know what it looks like. Okay, additional topic for those that have hung in here. In order to learn this at a really fast pace, instead of taking 10 years, if you want to learn this in 6 months, I'm going to give you 5 suggestions on top of the scripts of what to go do so you can apply this and just crush it and get as many listings, buyer deals, or investor deals as you can going door to door. Get ready to write this down. Now, again, remember, I'm a visual learner. So this is what I want you to do. Flip the page, and I want you to draw a circle that has an arrow, okay? So just like this, a circle that's gonna go around, it's gonna have an arrow, okay? There's 5 things that you need to do to just really pick up the pace going door to door with that script that we just reviewed. 1, talk to 200 people a week on the doors. Ask if they thought about buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Go through those 6 questions. Make that a non-negotiable. It has to happen. Why is that number 1? Because number 2 is your feedback. You're not gonna know where to improve or where to work on or what to study, what seminars to attend, unless you are on the doors getting feedback. So there's 2 ways to get feedback. 1 is record yourself. If you wanna go knock doors and record yourself and send it to me, do it. I'll give you feedback. I'll even call you and talk to you about it. 702-525-5766. Let's help you improve. The second way is going to be to take notes. So for example, if someone slams the door on me, you're gonna take notes in your notes section on your phone. People aren't even listening to me. They're slamming the doors. And let's say you get through 2 questions and they're saying, not interested, you have a business card. Why is that happening? So take notes. And then if you get a massive list, send that to me and I will help you. The reason that's number 2 is number 3 on the circle is going to be, now you know where to study. Either I'm going to tell you what books to go read, what YouTube videos to watch, what videos of mine to watch, or you're going to go find the information and be a go-getter. And now you know what to study every day. You have purpose now. It's called in-field practical feedback. It's basically like watching film as an athlete. Once you do that, now you're going to role play. There's 3 different ways to role play. 1 is going to be in front of a mirror. Because this is essentially public speaking, you have to be able to stand straight, look at your posture, look at your eyebrows. When do you smile? Am I coming off tense? You have to do that every day. Go through the pitch. Number 2, write out your scripts. Get a notepad, get a bunch of these. They're super cheap. Hi, my name is Jeremy with EXP. Sorry to bug you, I'll be really quick. The neighbor is coming by. No worries, real estate market is really crazy. Not everyone knows what's gonna happen. If you thought about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, no worries, this is your forever home. Go through the whole thing every single day, okay? The third way is to role play with another human. Luckily for you, I think we're the only coaching program in the world that offers this. And it's mainly because a lot of you asked for it and we created it and it's been taking off. We have 2 role play sessions that run every day. 7 in the morning Mountain Standard Time, 12:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Monday, Wednesday, we go over door pitch. Tuesday, Thursday, objections. Friday, listing presentation. There's 20, 30, we've had 40 people in there before, and it's real estate agent, customer, go for 4 minutes. Everyone gives feedback, and then you do another one. Feedback, another one. You wanna accelerate your learning experience? Join our group. Go to our website, realdte.com, click on coaching, go all the way down, and you'll see it for $199. So for $200, you can get guaranteed role play practice with top performers all over the nation for $200. Go do that, invest in yourself, okay? That's number 4, role play. Number 5 now on the circle, you've gone all the way around, is rinse and repeat, okay? Rinse and repeat. You're gonna do the circle over and over again. You're gonna take that script, you're gonna go talk to 200 people, you're gonna get feedback, you're gonna go study, you're gonna role play, and then you're gonna do it over and over and over and over again until it just becomes a smooth process. We've had tons of people that have done this and they've gotten 2, 3, 4, 5 listings, made $50,000, $60,000, and then they join our coaching program. We've had some that don't join our coaching program. The goal is to give you as much free content so you can go out there and crush it. I've gone door to door for 15 years from California all the way over to Florida. I've sold in all sorts of markets. As a realtor, I've shadowed and trained realtors now in all sorts of markets. The script works. Understanding the psychology of it and why we ask certain questions works. Now just go follow the system, trust the process, and you'll crush it. As we wrap up, I just want to say thank you so much. All of you mean the world to me. I love what I do. I love when you call me, and I love when you text me and you tell me that this is working. Why is it working? Because I've applied this. I sold 75 homes my first year doing this. My business partner sold 89 homes his first year doing this. We've trained top reps nationwide that have 10 active listings, 9 under contract, 12 under contract, 15 listings. They closed 35 deals this year. It works. Go apply it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you have any suggestions on the next episode, feel free to put in the comments or shoot me a call or text. We'd love to hear your thoughts and get the next episode on the books. Thanks a ton. Remember, if you haven't liked or subscribed, make sure you do that, and we'll catch you next time.